Hey, Larry Elder here. Thank you for listening to the Bucky Dillon Show, hosted by the Liberty Revolt and KHNC.
Good morning, guys. How are you doing today? Bucky Dillon here. This is the Bucky Dillon Morning Show, and I am so excited to be here with you on another beautiful morning. So, guys, check it out. I don't usually do this very often, but I feel like it is worth it for me to just put it out there because I feel, a tugging in my heart, in my chest, whatever you want to call it. I'm not a particularly religious guy. I've only prayed a handful of times in my life. And I'm going to be honest. The handful of times I have prayed, I have genuinely felt it happen. I really feel like my prayers have been answered, and I've been, for lack of a better term, touched by a spirit every time that I have genuinely put it out there. I've genuinely prayed. So I'm going to go for it right now. Bear with me, guys, because just bear with me. And I invite you to join me. And whoever you pray to, I don't judge. I don't judge at all, right? So I'm just going to go for it, and we're going to see what happens, okay? Dear Lord, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for today. Thank you for guiding my path on the drive here. I had a couple close ones. There's some black ice on the road. Almost had a catastrophe. But thank you for being in my life and speaking with me and showering me in so many blessings right now. I gotta say, sometimes I feel as though I am favored. And when I put my energy and my drive and the blessings that you've given me physically and mentally to work in a way that makes you proud, that things just work out. That things just fall in line for reasons that have very little to do with my effort. So just thank you for what's going on in the world, that you have made happen, the positive things. And thank you for the path and the responsibilities that you have given me to make me a better person and someone who is more efficient at bringing about the good things that you want for people into the world. And I just hope that if it is in your plan, that you continue to bless my path and bless the KHNC audience and the people who support me and make this possible. Amen. In Jesus' name. All right, that's it, guys. Had to get that out of the way. I feel so good. There are some very exciting things happening around the radio station. I don't know if you guys have heard me speak too much about this, but I have started the Roar of the Rockies newsletter, which I'm hoping will be a gateway between people around Northern Colorado who've never listened to the station, don't know anything about the station, maybe don't even agree with us on things, and what we have going on here. I'm hoping that it works out to win us over new people, young people. So I started putting together this newsletter, and I actually have kind of a the scratch copy right here. Now this is seriously just printer paper that I stapled together and started drawing up the template for this. But I want to give you guys an idea of what I'm trying to accomplish. First off, thank you for the sponsors and advertisers who have already joined to advertise on this newsletter. I'm going to tell you guys what I plan to do with it. So every Friday from now on, I'm dedicating my day to going door to door to all of the local businesses that I can, small businesses, not necessarily the big franchises, but hey, I'm not going to rule anything out. I'll take all the help I can get, right? And trying to make a convincing case for them to join KHNC, for them to advertise with us, for them to let us help them bring attention to their business. I'm getting better at it, right? But I had this idea of coming up with essentially a PR kit. And I think this newsletter will be a great way of doing that. So the first thing I created is a little piece about who is KHNC and what does it mean to be a patriot. And I'm going to get into that. I'm going to get into that after I explain this to you guys. Hey guys, thanks for listening. This is the Bucky Dillon Show.
The Federal Reserve is in control of our money. But lately, control is the last word you would use to describe the Fed. Emergency rate cuts, huge increases in their balance sheet, the constant blowing of bubbles and boom and bust cycles that just leave most of us busted. I'm Joe Jaquin, owner of the Patriot Trading Group, and we have been protecting people's wealth for almost 25 years. Stop playing the Fed's game and get your wealth protected. Call us at 800-951-0592 or visit our website at allamericangold.com. Have you always wanted to be on the radio? Do you have strong opinions or ideas that you think should be heard? Why not host your own radio show right here on the Roar of the Rockies? You'll be on the same station as Brian Kilmeade, Michael Savage, and Alex Jones. You can brand yourself as an expert in your industry and grow your business. Imagine telling your potential clients you have your own radio show. That gives you instant credibility. For more information, call us at 970-587-5003.
No people will tamely surrender their liberties, nor can any be easily subdued when knowledge is diffused and virtue is preserved. On the contrary, when people are universally ignorant and debauched in their manners, they will sink under their own weight without the aid of foreign invaders. Samuel Adams.
Hi, I'm Dr. Shelley Place with today's tip for kids from the American Academy of Pediatrics. Children can die from heat stroke after being mistakenly left in a car. This sometimes happens when there's a change in routine. Make it a habit to put your phone or bag in the back seat next to your baby. Ask your caregiver to always call if your child doesn't arrive as expected, and lock your car when it's parked. If you see a child alone in a car, call 911. For more on child safety, talk with your pediatrician or visit healthychildren.org.
The Bucky Dillon Show is a Liberty Revolt Media production. www.libertyrevoltmedia.com. So, part of the idea behind this newsletter is, number one, just one, get out there and introduce ourselves to the community and be involved in the community and being an alternative to some of the other, just being an alternative to some of the stuff that's out there that I don't think is pushing ideas that are going to make our country a better place. So I wrote a little piece. It's called "Who is KHNC and What Does It Mean to Be a Patriot?" And I'm going to get into that in a little bit. I'd actually like to read it to you guys and get your feedback, because I say it all the time. This is a collaborative between myself and the KHNC audience, the people in Northern Colorado who love liberty and would like to see it preserved. I would like to give a shout out to the advertisers that have already signed on to be a part of this newsletter. Warriors Revolution, Affordable Tree Service, possibly Brian McKnight, possibly James Morgan, obviously allamericangold.com, and it is helped tremendously by the CBD products that we sell on the website. That makes all of this possible. I'm trying to put things, make the article content in this newsletter something that is applicable to people regardless of where they align on the political spectrum, within reason, right? I'm not going to be putting out communist essays, obviously, but things like reforming our electoral process to help deal with the two-party system. I think that is a pretty bipartisan issue. I'm going to be writing articles about government corruption, wasteful spending, things like that, things that essentially all Americans can get behind. And I'm going to try to make it focused on topics that is going to be uncontroversial and unconfrontational. The idea behind this is to make it as moderate and inviting as possible so that new people are interested in reading it and hopefully tuning in and hopefully sticking around, advertising with us. We're going to have a monthly photography page. So on this page, it's just going to be Julia, who's helping me put this together. Thank you so much, Julia, because I don't have the graphic design skills to do this. And I sure do appreciate you, kiddo. So we're going to have the best photo she can muster from the month put up there, whether it's just beautiful scene or just something aesthetic to look at, right? Monthly economic trends. I'm going to try to put some pressure on Joe himself to actually write this article. And essentially it's going to be a summary of what he has seen going on with fiscal policy of the last month and try to make I hate to say prediction, but point to where the trends are pointing in the conclusion of it. And so that, we can leave this around town, hair salons, laundromats, wherever businesses have waiting areas, wherever magazines are left hanging around for people to read, so that they can just see, hey, what are the economic trends trending towards? What have they been up to recently? So I'm gonna talk to Joe and see if I can get him on that. Larry Elder, who's one of my favorite syndicated hosts on the station, he has a syndicated column, and I talked with his representative at Salem Radio Network, and sounds like we have the green light on putting Larry's column in the newsletter. So that's going to be awesome. Northern Colorado events and trends. So this page is going to be dedicated to what are the upcoming council meetings that you can attend, right? Who are your legislators? Who are your city council members and representatives that you can get a hold of? I'm going to have their contact information in here. I'm going to have information on the upcoming votes. I was made aware last night that they've torn down Hughes Stadium in Fort Collins, and they are trying to decide what to do with that area, whether to leave it open space or do something else with it. So, there's a vote coming up, I believe, April 6th. The Northern Colorado Politics, Events, and Trends is a page that I'm asking for the audience's help here. And I'm going to continue to ask for help at our Friday night events in person. I'm going to try to outsource some of this work to you guys. So submit to me what you are aware of is going on. And I'm going to reach out to Compass Colorado. That's the journalism company I used to do gig work for. They have a pretty good pulse on when our politicians are going to be out in public speaking, when votes are going to be held, when they're going to be having public city council meetings, and anything regarding the schools and the public. As much as we can get moms and dads, regular working class moms and dads, in front of these teachers and trying to hold them accountable for the curriculum that they're teaching in our schools, the better. So I'm going to have that in the newsletter, and it's just going to be the info. It's not going to be any of my opinions. It's just going to be the info on that page. Seriously, guys, if you're aware of what's going on or can look into what's coming up as far as city council meetings, Pooter School District, Thompson School District, events where the public is involved, let me know. Local Patriot of the Month. This month I have chosen Brandon Barrios. I've already talked to him about doing a written interview, but I'm going to talk to him about coming in and doing an actual interview here at the radio station that I will film, I will record, and I will air both on our social media page and on the radio broadcast. He has been designating every Saturday morning for almost this entire year, I'd say, to actually going up to Horsetooth Reservoir and inviting as many people as he can get to come along and walking up and down the trails and the shorelines and cleaning up trash. That is awesome. Local Patriot of the Month. He was just the first person that came to mind. I'm going to write a little piece about him, how you can join his efforts on Saturday mornings, and how to support his business. He's the local franchise owner for Music Go Round. So this one. Every month I'm going to try to do an interview with one of our show hosts and an interview with one of our advertisers. And then I'll put the KHNC show schedule and the KHNC event schedule on in this little newsletter. And Julie and I are going to distribute this to as many businesses in the Northern Colorado area as quickly as possible. And like I said, I want it to be something that represents our values, but simultaneously is moderate and bipartisan enough that essentially any regular person could open the door. And hey, maybe they'll a lot of people, if they feel like it's too Republican or too Democrat, they're just going to write it off instantly. They're not even going to take the time to read it. But if you can pitch it in a way that seems moderate and inviting and is ideas focused and problem solving focused, I really do think that a lot of people will pick it up and read it. And I think I can make the content interesting enough that our ads will be seen by a great number of people. I know one hair salon, Precision Haircutters, they get 80, 90 people through there. So, having it laying around, they've already said that they would have it in the salon in the waiting area and right on top for everybody to see. So, yeah, that's just one place, and I think there's a lot of places, especially if we're putting out there the Northern Colorado politics, events, and trends page so that people can become more involved locally and actually have their representatives' contact info on hand. I think it'll be really cool. So if you have ideas of how you could help with this, how to improve it, and if you would want to advertise, it really, really does help. So consider reaching out to me. libertyrevoltmedia@gmail.com, Bucky Dillon at khnc.net. Doesn't really matter which one you send it off to. I will get it. Guys, this Friday night, we're having another movie night. This movie I heard is called V. I've never seen it before, but hey, Jason's pretty convinced that it's going to be a great movie, and it's going to be catered by Dominic's Pizza. So Dominic's Pizza's right here in Johnstown. They're right across the street. It's great pie. So, if you want to continue to support the station and you're in the area, if you drop by Dominic's Pizza right across the street from us and tell them that KHNC sent you, get lunch, dinner, whatever, it will help us continue to provide these events, which have been going really well. They've been going really, really well. And it's awesome to meet you guys in person. So you can meet me, you can meet Jason, you can meet Brian, and get yourself some CBD products and communicate with us. And we will continue strategizing about how to make our community and our country and our world a better place. On that note, these Fridays, when I'm going out and speaking with local businesses, when I'm presenting this newsletter to businesses, I'm doing PR for the station. And I don't know if you guys realize this, but particularly with young people, conservatives, libertarians, the InfoWars stuff, it's a little bit harder to do PR for that. So I already have a battle in the face of the local culture and the ideas that I'm trying to help foster and strengthen. I would like to receive calls from you guys. I believe the number is, let me double check during this upcoming commercial break, but I believe the number is 970-660-1360. Let me double check. You guys are going to have to call in on Verto because I'm actually not next to the traditional phone lines. So if you call 970-587-5171, I'll literally have to get up and run across the room, answer the phone, and then I won't be able to let you know that I've answered it until I run back across the room. So I'm going to give you guys the Verto number. I want you guys to call in and tell me this is not a safe space. Don't hold back. Don't spare my feelings or anyone else's feelings at this station. I want you guys to call in and tell me what you think is the most troubling thing or the weakest link in our radio production and presentation. What I mean by that is content-wise. I'm going to check the number. I'll see you guys after the break.
Be careful when you're dealing with a conspiracy theorist. You may end up with a whole lot more truth than you're used to handling. This has been a public service announcement from KHNC.
This is Sam Shook, Navy Vet and Medicare Specialist. I just want to thank the KHNC listeners for their support and trust in me as their Medicare specialist. If you are currently on Plan F, we are in a window of opportunity that can save you a lot of money towards your monthly premium. Please contact me at 970-413-4939. If you are getting into Medicare soon or are already enrolled and have questions, please call me at 970-413-4939. Again, thanks KHNC listeners.
Triangle Cross Ranch, a Christian-based family ranch community, has the availability for more ranchers to join the family. We accept adults over 18 years old with cognitive disabilities. If you have a friend or loved one who wants more independence in a Christian ranch home, contact Triangle Cross Ranch at 970-454-2219 or 36049 County Road 51, P.O. Box 727, Gailton, Colorado 80622.
Chinese state-run media are celebrating the apparent success of Joe Biden and the mainstream news outlets, which act as nothing more than the communications branch of the Democrat Party. Among the many things we are doing to become more engaged in the culture, 1360khnc.com now has a blog page for the sharing of hard-hitting conservative content. Help us break the left's domination of media by becoming a content contributor. Reach out to contact at 1360khnc.com to learn more.
Hi, folks. I'm James Morgan, a realtor with Grisham & Associates, LLC. I know it must seem like there's a million realtors out there making all kinds of promises. Want to hear my big marketing promise? I promise honest and fair dealings with all those I do business with. That may sound old-fashioned, and it is not very catchy, but it is true. I am your Colorado real estate specialist. Farm, land, mountain cabins, or urban dwellings. When you work with my team, we'll get the right property for you and be upfront and honest with you every step of the way. Over the years, my clients have told me just that fact alone separates us from others in the industry. If you are considering buying or selling real estate, call me, James Morgan, at 720-203-0731 or visit my website at coloradoproperties.online. No catchy slogan, just a client-first, honest real estate experience. Hit it, girls.
Keep listening to the American Freedom Network.
Hey man, pass the bottle over and take a couple of hits off the My Kind CBD. Get your CBD by going to 1360khnc.com and click on the shopping button, man.
Silly Jamaican. There's no THC in this product. It's certified THC free. Just go to the website, 1360khnc.com, click the shop.
I told you so.
We here at KHNC are looking for new conspiracy theories because all the old ones have become fact. This has been a public service announcement from KHNC.
What's up, KHNC Patriots? Bucky Dillon here. If you're looking for a simple and free way to support the station, check out our Facebook page, facebook.com/1360KHNC. It really does help us reach a broader and a younger audience, help us take our country back. Give it a like, give it a follow, give it a share, invite your friends. You can watch the live streams, you can read the blog, you can share the memes, and you can join the conversation. You can join the fight, facebook.com/1360KHNC.
Great minds think alike. Thank you for listening to the Bucky Dillon Show, hosted by the Liberty Revolt. Join me, Larry Elder, today at 5 on 1360 KHNC. Now back to Bucky Dillon.
All right, guys. So that call-in number, 970-680-1360. What I'm wondering is, what is your least favorite part about the content at KHNC? What could we do better? Do you have concerns? Do you have hesitations about advertising with us or playing our radio station publicly when you're at work, when you're at when you're with friends? Do you have hesitations when recommending this radio station to others? reach out to me and let's have a conversation about it, and let's strategize how we can make this the most effective, enjoyable, and listenership worthy radio station that we can be. I'm trying to maintain what people loved about the older radio station, but this is a brand new radio station, and since joining, I've been trying to push it in a new direction. When I say new direction, I don't mean abandoning the ideas of liberty that we believe in. I mean making it palatable to young people and people who don't already agree with us. We're not going to make any progress. We're absolutely wasting our breath if we're not expanding the ideas that we're fighting for. 680-1360. Area code 970. 680-1360. And again, this is not a safe space. You don't have to cater to my feelings at all whatsoever. That doesn't help us. We actually want to make an improvement to the station. We want to have better PR with our community so we can have a larger impact. So I'm going to be here at the radio station all day today, continuing to finalize this little newsletter project and get all the content put together. I started writing a About Us section to help people understand who KHNC is and who our audience is and what kind of people we are hoping to be and what kind of impact we're hoping to have. So I'm going to read this to you guys. This is what I am putting in the newsletter to help try to answer the questions of those who don't know who we are and invite them in. Who is KHNC and what does it mean to be a patriot? There is a fascinating subgroup of Americans who walk the line between being incredibly critical and dissuaded by the U.S. federal government and the money interests that dominate it, and yet proudly revere the Stars and Stripes. They wrestle the dichotomy between free-spirited rebellion and patriotism. They often cringe and protest at the excesses of the United States military-industrial complex, and yet nobody supports the troops more vigilantly. Disproportionately, they are veterans and members of law enforcement themselves. They condemn racial prejudice. But they also condemn the identity group-obsessed woke scolds, because they understand that to be a patriot is to love all Americans and to judge them with grace by the contents of their character and not by their individual actions. They understand that patriotism is not a love of the geography. It's only partially a commitment to the ideas laid forth in the founding documents, and it is certainly not a blind allegiance to the federal government and its subsidiary agencies. It is a love for the people and a will to strengthen the country by investing in and maximizing the opportunities for all Americans while attempting to maximize and preserve their individual freedoms. They resist cancel culture, not because they celebrate the worst abuses of our freedom of speech and assembly, but because the answer to ugly speech is more speech. They understand that ignorance and insensitivity is the default state of human beings. When speech is restricted and society is unforgiving, we can't grow, and well-intentioned government regulations are quickly and reliably weaponized by the powerful and well-connected. They are unloving, unassuming, and hardworking Americans who set aside their own problems every day. Then, golly, we all have problems. They set aside their own problems every day to show up to work and make a genuine attempt to solve the problems of other people in hopes of being compensated for serving the needs of others in order to make a decent life for themselves and their families. All of the infrastructure around us decays and falls apart over time without any effort. But it is only rebuilt by deliberate and often painstaking effort. So they don't make excuses for people who live pathologically. They instead attempt to foster opportunities and incentives for people to develop themselves into useful people. They strive to live in a way that their fellow civilians who have wives and children and diverse cultures and their own dreams will appreciate sharing the community with them. These are the patriots that we at 1360 KHNC strive to be and strive to build an audience and a community with. KHNC is not a Republican or Democrat affiliate. We have a loyalty to the freedoms proposed by the founding ideals and reject authoritarianism and domination in all of its forms. We have our personal opinions, but a tolerance for the freedoms of others. You're listening to the Bucky Dillon Show, 1360 KHNC.
If you love wealth better than liberty, the tranquility of servitude better than the animated contest of freedom, go home from us in peace. We ask not your counsel nor your arms. Crouch down and lick the hands which feed you. May your chains be set lightly upon you, and may posterity forget that you were ever our countrymen. Samuel Adams.
Hi, Brian Kilmeade here. Thanks so much for listening to me every weekday from 7 a.m. till 10 a.m. right here on KHNC, the roar of the Rockies. Hey, do you own a business in northern Colorado or surrounding areas? Are you looking to reach a conservative, loyal audience which could grow your business? Well, take my advice and contact my friends at KHNC. KHNC has a rapidly growing conservative family-based audience, and you can speak directly to them. Now, if you're looking for the type of customers or clients that believe in the principles that our great country was founded upon, just contact my friends at KHNC, the roar of the Rockies, and learn how you can be heard right on the air. Just call 970-587-5003 or email on the air at 1360khnc.com. That's 970-587-5003 or email on the air at 1360khnc.com. Take it from me, Brian Kilmeade. You can showcase your business to the folks that are helping to take our country back.
This is Sam Shook, Navy Vet and Medicare Specialist. I just want to thank the KHNC listeners for their support and trust in me as their Medicare specialist. If you are currently on Plan F, we are in a window of opportunity that can save you a lot of money towards your monthly premium. Please contact me at 970-413-4939. If you are getting into Medicare soon or are already enrolled and have questions, please call me at 970-413-4939. Again, thanks KHNC listeners.
欢迎收听 KHNC 广播电台 Bucky Dillon 早安秀，大家的早安广播，谢谢。
So I'm going to be finalizing this newsletter, and hopefully by the final Friday of March, I'll be able to begin distributing it to businesses around northern Colorado, again, I'm very excited about it. Huge thank you to the advertisers and the sponsors who have already signed up to be a part of the newsletter. It is meant to be informative. It is meant to be a outlet for information and ideas in a bipartisan and informative way. It's meant to be something where we will have all of our local representatives information on it and accessible, and all the upcoming events such as city council meetings and other public events put on by our schools and our representatives here, so that we can start making our voices heard and hopefully push back against some of the agendas that I think a lot of people buy into because they have good intentions, but I don't think actually help our community. It's interesting. Yesterday I talked about the dangers of having a government that can borrow money combined with welfare programs that don't work and almost inevitably get bigger and bigger and more expensive as they continue to fail. Sorry, guys, I feel like I'm about to sneeze here. We'll see where things are going, but I really do think that there is a movement in our country to see some change, and that people are willing to try different things to implement that change. I really do think there's a genuine distrust of our mainstream media infrastructure, of the narratives that are being pushed culturally. I don't think they really represent the people. I think they've been hijacked by a small activist base of people who are utilizing it to push some scary, radical agendas. And that if we give people a voice and a platform, I think the American people are rebellious enough that they will push back against this. And I'm hoping that will be the case. The call-in number, just try the regular phone, because I'm not totally positive about the Verto number. 970-587-5171. What are the things about the radio station that concern you the most? What are the things about the radio station that you love the most? And which direction would you like to see us go? An unprecedented number of young Americans have a favorable view of socialism and left-wing big government redistribution schemes. If this concerns you, get a hold of me. Let's strategize ways to reach out to young people. Let's strategize ways to invite them in, not just complain about them, but actually invite them in, have conversations with them, and try to win them over. That is my mission. That's what I'm doing here. I know that the current KHNC audience is older, a lot of ranchers, a lot of farmers, and that's great. That's absolutely great. But we need to win over a younger generation so that we're handing our country down to people who are responsible. And it seems like many of the lines of communication between the generational gaps has been overtaken by the line of communication in between big tech and our cultural ding-dongs and young people. So yeah, that's the mission. That's what we're hoping to achieve. Guys, this show is made possible by Jerry Axum at Sears Real Estate. He sponsors this show. He makes what I do sustainable. So if you are in Northern Colorado and you're interested in purchasing real estate, consider giving my friend Jerry a call. He's been in Northern Colorado for like 60 years. He's been in real estate since 2005. He knows what he's looking for. He wants to help you get into the best possible home for the best possible price, or sell your home for the best possible price. Purchasing a home is a great investment. To put it in perspective, my wife and I have been in the process of buying a home, and we signed the contract a few months ago, and they began building this home, and it hasn't even been fully built. It's already gone up like $10,000 in value. By the time we move in, it might be closer to $15,000 that it has gone up in value. So if this, it seems like it's a daunting task to get into a home right now. The market in northern Colorado is hot, but so it's tough and expensive to get into it in the first place. But once you're in and you're not throwing your money away to on a rent and just handing it over for the same amount that you're paying in rent, you could own your own home. You could be making payments on a house and building equity, and this house is going to just keep going up in value. And it's actually a great way to protect your money from inflation. As long as people are doing the deeds and things are happening, the value of your home is going to go up. Hang on, I'm going to get the phone. It's going to take me a moment because I got to run into the other room. So don't hang up. Going into break. I will stay on the line. I'll answer your call when we come back.
Reasons to own gold. Reason number 725.
The government goes out of its way to make you believe Social Security has an account with your name on it with money just for you. But the Supreme Court ruled that payments due under Social Security are not property rights and are not protected. Social Security is merely a tax, and the government is under no obligations to pay you anything. Call the Patriot Trading Group, 800-951-0592, or visit allamericangold.com.
Do you own an annuity, either fixed rate, indexed, or variable? Are you paying high fees and getting low returns? If so, Annuity General would like you to have this free book to learn the pitfalls and mistakes of buying an annuity. The Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers contains the little-known truths about annuities, like how to help reduce your fees and increase retirement income. And it's free. That's right, free. As a bonus, we'll also throw in a free annuity rate report just for calling. We researched over 1,000 annuities and summarized rates and benefits from financially strong insurers. You get Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers and the Annuity Rate Report, both absolutely free for calling Annuity General today. Hurry, supplies are limited. Call now.
800-760-1845. 800-760-1845. 800-760-1845. That's 800-760-1845.
You always wanted to be on the radio? Do you have strong opinions or ideas that you think should be heard? Why not host your own radio show right here on the Roar of the Rockies? You'll be on the same station as Brian Kilmeade, Michael Savage, and Alex Jones. You can brand yourself as an expert in your industry and grow your business. Imagine telling your potential clients you have your own radio show. That gives you instant credibility. For more information, call us at 970-587-5003.
All of the music for the Bucky Dillon Morning Show was provided by my band, Beer for Bears. Find us on social media by looking for Beer for Bears.
Well, we lost the caller, but that's okay. If you want to try again, the number 587-5171, 970-587-5171. It does take me a moment to answer the phone, so don't hang up. Jerry Axum, Sears Real Estate. this man will take care of you. He takes care of me, and I would hope to help him get a return on that investment, the best return on that investment that I can help procure. So if you're interested in buying or selling real estate or just have real estate questions, consider contacting my friend Jerry at SearsRealEstate.com. That's his email, Jerry at SearsRealEstate.com. Let him know that we sent you. This show is also made possible by the support we get from those who purchase and utilize the great benefits of our CBD products. So go to 1360khnc.com/shop. Check out the CBD products. You can also stop by the station on our Friday night event and buy it. I know I'm picking up some CBD for my grandmother today. Don't let me forget. She wants the lip balm and the salve. Got to remember, she wants the lip balm and salve. So I'm gonna give her the hook up on that, and that'll be a cool gig. Guys, thank you so much for listening to this station and making this possible. I hope we can continue to be a voice for the Northern Colorado Patriot community. I'm going to, in the second hour, touch base on who we are and what our mission is and how you can help in that mission, help in the fight. And I hope that those who are tuning in on their way to work today can feel blessed and inspired by the effort and the direction that we are helping to push our country. So I'll see you guys real soon. You guys can check out the social media pages. I know a lot of KHNC listeners don't have social media pages. But for those who do, go to facebook.com/1360KHNC, hit the like button, hit the follow button, check out our content. You can follow my media page. That is facebook.com/Liberty Revolt Media. Every episode of the Bucky Dillon Morning Show is live streamed both simultaneously on the Facebook and the YouTube. I know we talk about the dangers of big tech surveillance, all of these things. Every day on this radio station, we have radio hosts who literally cover up all the cameras when they get here to speak. Fair enough, man. Jeff Zuckerberg covers up the cameras on his personal computer. But that's where young people are. That's where we fight the culture war. That's where we win over new people. And if we're not in that sphere at all, I don't think that's a winning strategy. So I will be in that sphere for better or worse, and hopefully for the better.
Did the insurance company divorce your mountain house? Then call Affordable Tree Service North at 970-568-6898. We have over 50 years combined experience in fire mitigation. Let us climb, cut, trim, haul your worries away. We know brokers who specialize in mountain property, and we don't hire no snowflakes. Oh, God. Hey, you're not in this commercial. Again, call Affordable Tree Service at 970-568-6898. That's 568-6898.
Do you ever wake up and feel like there should be someone to run your errands? We want to get things done, but just don't have enough time. Many of us hire concierge services like dog walkers or food and grocery delivery. Why should your insurance needs be any different? At Badger Insurance Advisors, we act as your concierge for all things insurance, pairing quotes and prices, and recommending the best insurance for your needs. Call or text us today at 303-359-1799. Or check us out at badgerinsuranceadvisors.com.